Okay, hello everyone. I have been busy because I have started working and I'm just so tired. When I get off, I'm just so tired. Um it's actually in my field and I have not what I went to college for and what I did are two totally different things. So it's like a refresher, but it's in the field of communications, and I'm trying to stick this out because my schedule is very up and down, and I'm trying to stick it out. I'm really trying. Like now, I'm just drained. I'm really drained. But so the subject is. Let me just get to the subject because I'm gonna make this quick because I have something else I gotta do. Good Lord. And the subject is the TUT language. If you have not heard, um, well, some of us heard about this years ago from our parents, and it depends on, it just depends. My parents told us when we were younger that there are, other languages out there that were for slaves, that slaves were used. And this is something that, of course, is not taught in school. Now, when I was going to school, I was fortunate enough to go to a public school, and it was predominantly Black. And we were taught, I'm going to say was it Mr. Williams? Oh God, I see his face, but I can't remember his last name. But he taught us a lot. And he taught us a lot of things that were not in the book. And that is because his classes were 99.9% Black. And we had white students, and we also had Asian students at the school that I went to, but it was a predominantly Black school in DC. Now, he never, he didn't, along with my parents, he never told us the name of the language, but he did say that there were languages that slaves used, you know, and that they were used because they had to have a way of communicating with each other, because slaves, of course, were not allowed to read, some slaves. And when slave masters found out that they were educated, they didn't like that. They really didn't like that. So this was a language that was used amongst slaves. Now, fast forward to today, the language is now surfacing, and the name of it is, the short name for it is TUT. It is just TUT. Look it up. It's the TUT language. And the reason why you have so many um, elders, Black elders, that are upset about this is because this is a language, again, that was used for slaves to communicate with each other. Now we're talking about, this is the new generation. This is 2021. And you have a lot of the Black, from what I understand and what I saw, and I did do a little research on this, the Black TikTokers that are wanting to discuss the language. They're wanting to share this language. Um, they're wanting to form classes about the language and discuss the language out in the open. Again, this is a language for African Americans, Black. Okay. It's a language that is for us. Hey, Con to me. Hey, love. This language is not, it's like a code. It is a code. It's not like a code, it is a code. It is a language that is, again, that was used to communicate with each other. It was a code. And if you don't know what the word code means, look it up. Code, language. It is not meant for the public. And I was looking at um, Tariq Nasheed, and he said something that made Nasheed, and he said something that made a lot of sense. He said, what society wants to do is get this language, learn this language, because it's like, oh God, I can't even make my point. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. Stop it. I'm live. You're being what? No, one second. This dog, Lord. Okay. I'm so tired. He made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, the language is not meant to be discussed out in the open. If you want to learn the language, learn the language. But what you do is you teach it to your children in the home. This language is not something that, you know, should be used out in public, because it's another thing that they're just trying to take and what's the word I'm trying to look the word I'm trying to use. It's not infiltrate. It's almost as if they're trying to take this language and they're trying to turn it like I'm so tired I can't even think of the word I want to use. Oh, it's almost as if they want to take it just okay, infiltrate. We'll just say infiltrate. Take the language, take things out, add things in. That is what they do. And this is something that we just don't need to happen. If you want to learn the language, learn it, teach it to your children at home. The worst thing that we can do is take this language and allow professors to teach it. And imagine you have all these different races learning a language that was meant for Blacks. And it honestly wasn't meant for us to even know. It was a code that was used among slaves. It's not meant for society. It's not meant for society. It's a code that should not be broken. It is a language that should not be taught. I know I get passionate about certain things, but this right here, you you either stand for something or stand for nothing at all. Once they get their hands on this language, because there is a book out. The person that wrote the book is long gone. But there is a book out about this language. We'll never know 100% the language it in full, but it does not need to be exposed. This language needs to stay exactly where it is. There are secrets that do not need to be unearthed. And the TUT language that was designed by slaves for slaves needs to remain just that. Because in the Library of Congress, if you believe that everything is true, that everything, it's the way that they say, that's a lie. They're now saying it's just like what they're saying. Oh God, if I could tell, we're going to discuss on another day about what they're saying about Malcolm X. And it is, I don't know how true it is. And I really don't want to say, but this isn't that I heard about it in a live recently, but I read about this and looked at a video on it about a year ago. And I'm not going to say what it is. Just Google what they're saying about Malcolm X today. Won't you say kind of me? So TikToks. Yes, they're not speaking it. They're trying to speak it, and they're trying to get elders and people that are like can speak. It, the short term is Geechee. They're trying to get people that can break codes and that can speak different languages, blacks, of course, to break this language down. And a lot of elders, and there are some younger individuals that are like, no, this language was designed for slaves. It was not designed for other races to get a hold on. It wasn't designed for that. It seems like there's a fascination that society has with Black people. And anything that we touched, we invented, we discussed, everybody wants to be a part of. This is something that we need to protect. This is not something that we need to, excuse me, discuss out in the open. So if you are curious about it, which I do advise you to read up on it a little bit, because see, now it's out in the open. Once it's on TikTok, you can forget it. But this, I will say this, there are a lot of people in the community that are not willing to teach the language. And I actually found somebody that was like, we're going to create a Discord, but you can't see her face. We're going to create a Discord. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. That's the wrong thing to do. And I did write a comment on one of her videos, and I just said, why? Why? And anyone, I'm excited that other people want to learn the language, and anyone that wants to be a part of it, message me on Instagram, but you can't see their face. So, what does that tell you? Look it up. Again, it's called the TUT, TUT language. Let me just put it in the chat. And I want you to look it up, and I just want you to see what they're saying, because they are trying to, all they're really trying to do is rewrite history, just like they've always done. They want to rewrite it. It's called the TUT language. Exactly, con to me, but can't stand us. They want to be us, but they can't stand us, from the hair, the complexion, the body, everything. They can't stand us to the core, but want to be us. And that's just the truth. You have other races thinking, oh, if I get a Black man, I want I want my children to be biracial and have this and have that. Girl, woo! Once you put that Black, once you say you Black, woo! You can't walk a mile in our shoes, baby. And to expose the tut language, please, no, we don't need to bring that back up. I'm totally against it. I'm praying, and if you do see it, um, I'm going to ask that you please correct people, and you tell them, don't discuss this. Stand for something. Our our slaves are not here today to speak on it, so why are we? It's a million languages out there that cannot be broken. They're still finding indigenous tribes that are still in existence, and they cannot break it. They cannot break the code. They cannot speak their language, and they're trying each and every day. We should build onto TUT to make it more complex and formal. I agree with a part of that, but not all of it. This is a language. Can you imagine, once others get their hands on this language, what they are going to do and how they are going to twist it and turn it? Our ancestors went through hell, what they had to go through. This isn't something that needs to be discussed on a regular. This is not pig Latin. They were even talking now, they're even talking about pig Latin. Pig Latin was something that was heard of. Now I'm gonna be honest. I back when I was younger, I spoke a little bit, but that was amongst the. I mean, I'm not gay. I had gay friends, and when were in high school, they taught us. It was a language that was used amongst the gays. Now they're discussing pig Latin. No, I don't agree with it. I think that this is something that should not be, that should be, before we even start trying to expose something to the world, we know very little about it. We need to um, learn more about this language. It is not meant for everyone to learn. It was meant for our people to learn, to know. Slaves. Now that it's out in the open, we know very little about this language. It's levels to it. It has to be broken down. So now they're just going to put this language out there. It is all over the news. Everyone is discussing it. If you look at the news, if you're look at the news on the internet, everyone is discussing this language. But it doesn't need to be used amongst other races. It doesn't. And that's not me being racist. It's just a fact. It should not be used amongst other races. Real talk. Do you want to come up? Let me drop the link. I'm learning how to do this, y'all. So, okay. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, like I said, I don't believe that this language, we know very little about it. Some of us were blessed and fortunate where we had teachers back in the day. My history teacher, he actually told us there are different languages, and we literally would sit down and discuss it. But he never, ever, ever, ever once shared not a smidgen of one of the words with us. He just wanted us to know, of course, English wasn't our first language, and TUT wasn't either. But TUT was used as a way to communicate with other slaves. It's not something that, in my opinion, needs to be discussed out in the open. Everyone has their opinion, but we don't know enough about it to start sharing it. We don't know enough about this language to start sharing it. It's just no way. Does anybody want to come up? I'm trying to figure out. I figured out how to drop it once before, but oh, here we go. I don't know. Can y'all see the link? Can anyone see the link? Send this link. Oh, I got it. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. If anyone wants to come up, please feel free. We can talk about it. You know, it's right there, con to me. I dropped it. If anybody wants to come up, please feel free to. You know, it definitely is a discussion that needs to be had, and I'm hoping that more content creators discuss it. You don't have to be in the woke sector or the black sector to discuss it. It needs to be discussed amongst everyone. This is a language that, you know, was designed by slaves and used by slaves to communicate with slaves. And before you, like I said, there are elders out there that know how to speak the language because they were taught the language. They were taught by their grandmothers. The grandmothers were taught by their grandmothers. There are people out here that can speak the language. But okay, economy, I'm gonna get it. Damn it, that's not it. Hold up, economy. Add to stream. Hey, I did. Economy. Can you hear me? Let's make sure. You're not muted. Check and see if you're muted. Condom, come back up. If you are, check and see if you are. Check your mic. Make sure you didn't mute your mic. Okay, hold up. It's saying you're not back there. Go out and come back in. Let me see. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Come to me. Add to stream. Can you hear me now? Let me see something. What is going on with the mic? Echo cancellation automatically. The mic is on. It's saying that the mic is on. Hey, Bright Star. It keeps dropping you. Click on it again. Hey, Bright Star. You know, I know that I'm not going to have people that are totally in agreement with me when it comes to this. And you know, this sector would rather argue than to discuss something that is so important. But this right here, this is very important, and this is something that we've got to stay on, because if we don't stay on it, then they're just going to do anything. Like I said, the black race is one of the most fascinating. We are one of the most fascinating races because we can do so much. We know so much. We're so smart. The melanin in our skin, they just, you have other races wondering how do they come out in so many different shades, so many different colors? How how they're still trying to break the code on our complexion, and here we're willing to. They're so fascinated with anything that we do, anything that there is about us. It's not just one other race, it's all races are fascinated with the black race. They're fascinated with us. How do they? Because slaves were looked at like pig slop. They never thought that slaves, of course, slaves were supposed to be dumb. Y'all know that, right? Slaves weren't supposed to be intelligent. Slaves were supposed to be dumb. Oh, they don't know nothing. That's just a dumb blank, blank, blank. And here, slaves were, um, the slave masters used to go to slaves on how to farm. It's so much out there. Listen, y'all, I know that this is a touchy subject for some, and of course, I don't want to offend anybody, but when you talk about things that have meaning, kind of me, you always hear it. I love that about you. You are so supportive. I gotta change some moderators around. If I was on that laptop, I would just change some stuff, but I'll do that later. But this is something that needs to be discussed, and it's not all fun and games. You know, we can't laugh and ha ha and laugh at other people's misery and you know um sit up in chats and wish evil on other people. It's this isn't the time and place for that. There are things going on in this world that this one little beef sector, if some of y'all don't open your eyes, time is just going to pass you by. It's not about a super chat. It ain't about the next lie. It ain't about me talking about fashion or makeup. It's not about that. It is stuff going on in this world that if you do not open your eyes and get out, and close this sector off for a few days, you won't know what's going on in this world. And what's going on in this world is really ugly. Again, TUT language is something that is not new to everyone, but it's new to other races that do not care for Black Americans. It's new to them. But we knew that there were other races out there. I mean, not other races, languages, because we were taught that by our parents, our grandparents, some of us great grandparents. In Alabama, my great grandmother, her slave house is still there. It's still there. Some people don't even know their history. It's a lot going on in this world, y'all. Stop being so close minded and thinking that the beef sector, this is it. This is nothing. These are some little goldfish in a big pond. That's all that they are. Some little goldfish in a big pond. Nothing. Open your eyes to what is going on in the world. And some people might say, "Oh, that doesn't affect me." What's she talking about that for? Because it's important. Whether you have children or not, you need to know this. In the world right now, what's going on in the White House? I bet you a handful of people could tell me what is going on in the White House right now. What is going on with Biden and what he is doing. A handful of people. But everyone, my people, they want to sit up and beef with each other. It's bigger things going on in this world. The TUT language is one of them. That's just one of the things that's going on. They are trying to expose it, make it open to everyone. So this little beef sector, this is nothing. This is minor. No one knows about this sector. Very few people. Even the black sector, the woke sector, they not really merged. They haven't really merged with us. You got a few people trying to bring that are trying to discuss it, but they staying in their own lane. They trying to keep people woke. And if you in the woke sector and your favorite content creator is not discussing this, then you need to make this, bring it up to them. Do you know anything about the TUT language? What is going on with it? And when you go to them, make sure you are going and you're going. Let me tell you, TikTok, it's not just all fun and games. It's some very informative people on there that can teach you a lot. You got black people teaching you all kinds of language, but a lot of them will not touch this language because it's sacred. And if you don't believe me, go right on over there. I posted this on my Instagram because I wanted people that I know personally. Do not talk about this out in the open. You teach, you learn about it, and you teach your kids in private. And as one sister said, you all can talk it amongst yourselves, but it's not meant for public consumption. It's not. The whole thing is sad. The current state of leadership. What leadership? At this point, what leadership? What's going on with Biden? I don't know what Biden is doing. I don't know. You have the Afghanistan in an uproar once again, and people want to just talk about the beef sector. Are y'all crazy? This is going to affect us. You know why? Because they want to leave. They have to go somewhere. These people are once again in the middle of a war, about to be another war. You have young girls. This the Taliban is saying, "Oh, we're going to allow them to go to school." Come on now. And we still in the beef sector arguing, going back and forth, back and forth. No. Learn about this TUT language. If you are a Black American, I advise you, okay? And if you have roots, I'm talking about you still have generations. I'm talking about deep South. I'm talking about the deep South. And you still have contact with, I mean, I know not a lot of them are still here, but you might have one or two. You need to talk to them while they are here and learn as much about your people as you can. Our ancestors are slowly going. And it's so much out here that we do not learn because we don't ask. And here you have the much younger generation, much younger than me, that are inquiring about a language that should not be touched. And then you have white America that wants to expose this language. Some things need to be sacred and left alone. That's like unearthing bones from a million years ago. No, no. If you have young kids, that would be a great. Yes, if you have young children, this would be a great time. This is a discussion that you have. I don't care if it's at your dinner table while y'all are sitting down, skip story time and tell the story of slaves. Tell the story. Not many people can say, and I'm proud to say again, my great grandmother's slave home is still there. It is still there. Still to this day, it is there. And I'm so proud to say that. because I have a piece of her. But we've got to educate our children. We have to teach them in private what is not going to be discussed in the open and what is not going to be taught by teachers. There are some things that we need to teach our youth. There are, because they're not going to tell the truth. So therefore, we have to. So instead of beefing and talking about each other, take a moment and get on your channel and start talking about what's going on in this world. Start telling your children about their ancestors instead of a story, a nursery rhyme, not a nursery rhyme. Make up a rhyme about your ancestors. Start teaching them more. You can talk about the beef sector all day long, but take a couple of hours out and start teaching your children what really matters. And right now, what's mattering is the TUT language. Start researching it. Teach yourself. Learn it. Learn a few words and discuss it and talk amongst yourselves at home. But to expose it to everyone is a big no no. We have got to teach ours. It's time. The Kardashians will be here. What are they? They're on Netflix. I've never been into that show. Never. But I'm into my people. I've always been into mine. Always. You can talk about sports or anything else. Anything. I'm going to learn more about this and I'm going to bring it as I learn it. Not not the language. I would never, never, never. And I know you never say never, never, but no, I can't. I just again, there's some things that just need to be left alone. But I'm going to find out a little more. I'm about to I got a little headache. I'm tired. I need to get something to eat and I may not come back on today, but I'm going to try tomorrow. Saturday after work, I am going to look at furniture, so I am going to take you all with me, and we are going to stay on this topic of touch. So if you see it more and more, if you see secret languages, I just think that we just need to discuss this more. Not the not that language itself, but just other things that are going on in the world. We don't have to focus on one thing. My channel is open, and it's not all fun and games. And if I'm passionate about something, I'm going to bring it to you all. Um, I love y'all so much. I love my supporters. Y'all are always supporting me. More and more, getting more and more subscribers. Actually, even if they're not subscribing, I can see, but I have more and more people watching my channel when I talk about certain issues such as this. And they leave comments, and I really do appreciate that. I had someone new come in today that I've never seen. Real talk. I'm gonna look you up, real talk. I am gonna, if you're still listening, I'm gonna look you up. And hold up. You have to know your history to move. Oh, girl. Oh, yes. You have to know your history to move forward with your future. That's awesome. You have something you can trace for your ancestry. Yes. Yes, 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 definitely. Definitely. Okay, so again, Saturday we will be going furniture shopping. I'm gonna make sure I take my sinus meds. I get off at 4 and I'm out of there at 4 on the nose because I think they close at 7 and it's in the furniture stores in Vienna. And I've seen some beds. There was this tufted sleigh bed that I really did want. It was like a linen material. No, I don't like that shiny stuff. I don't, But um, My dude is he is 6'3". He's 6'3", and even though it would be a king size, he's like, I need my feet, I need my space. So we gotta go furniture shopping, and I've been looking at nightstands. I don't mind sharing with you all. I don't mind sharing. So the little thing to the ring light, I broke it, so it can't hold my phone, but I would show y'all, but I'm just so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. And but yeah, Saturday, so don't forget I get off at 4. I'll be in the car by 4:05. When I say my desk will be clean, my glasses will be clean, my area will be sanitized, I'm out of there. And we will be driving to Vienna to the furniture store, and we're going to look at some furniture, and we'll be live. So I hope that you all can go with me. Do not forget, set your alarms that we're going furniture shopping. Yes, please don't just not. I'm not con to me. I con to me, I'm not going to get discouraged. It is a little hard, and it is frustrating sometimes because I'm really trying to get my name, my channel in the algorithm, but it takes time. And I'm proud to say that I'm just at 100 subscribers. um I'm getting my hours in, but the biggest thing is the subscriber count, and it's going to take that one big thing that puts me out there. I want to stay in the beauty and makeup, home decor. I want to stay in that genre right there. But then again, there are subjects like this that I am really into, and that, you know, I just sometimes feel the need to discuss, because in this sector, it can be so toxic, and everybody is talking about everybody and the mess, and they want to keep the mess going and going and going. And that's just not my thing. Every now and then it's good to get a good laugh, but if you notice, you very rarely even see me over here. Even before I started working, I already started distancing myself away, because it gets old. I'll click the like button just to give, the content creators a like, and I just keep it moving. I try to stay positive as possible, but you know, it's gonna happen, and I know it will. I'm not gonna give up. Um, I'm gonna stop broadcasting on my phone so much. I've gotten spoiled and so used to doing it, but I know that I need to start doing it either on the laptop or by an iPad, one of the others, so that the clarity, it can be, it's a little blurry on my phone, and but if you do it on an iPad, it is, it does look a lot better. But oh, thank you, Bright Star. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but I am tired. Thank you, Bright Star. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate it. I just gotta get used to this. The schedule is not. Um, One day this week I was working. She had me working from, what was it? I went in at 1. I got off after 9, and then I had to come in and do an 11. So I don't like the scheduling. I'm gonna talk to her about that. I'm gonna try to stick it out, because like I said, it is in my field, and she does understand that I've not been in the communications field in, good Lord, over 25 years. And so this is not easy. It's communications. It's communications con to me. It's detailed. That's the best I can put it. But I really I want to stay. The money is okay, but I know my worth, and so if it is not, I'm gonna give her some time. I'm gonna give her some time. I'm gonna give her some time. It's a lot of computer work. It's a lot, man. That's a lot. And that is the most challenging thing. It's challenging. And I'm positive. I'm being positive about it, y'all. I really am. But I don't know. I don't know. I already have, I have an income coming. I already have an income coming in, but it does not hurt to, I wanted to get back into the work field, even though I don't have to, but I wanted to. But it's like, mm, you can't overwork me. I'm sorry. I'm going to share more with you. I'm going to share more with you on another day. Yeah, that is why I'm tired. It's like my head is just constant thinking. It's like problem solving, and like I'm not into IT, but I feel like I'm doing 3 or 4 jobs and I'm really signed up for one job. I applied for one. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I hope kind to me. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all should know based on my channel, I have like my patience is short, attention span is short. So it's like I really got to stay focused. But, and then the supervisor already, I'm going to tell y'all, the supervisor is messy as hell. I picked it up on the first day. In my head, I mean, the supervisor was discussing other people, and I was sitting there like, really? Wow. Messy, 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 messy. So I don't want to be in that environment. It's an office, and I don't want to be in that environment. It's almost like working with, oh, okay. I can't exactly say what it is I do, but it's almost if working with different jurisdictions, and I'll just leave it at that. Different jurisdictions. I'll just leave it at that. She is messy. Oh, this lady messy. I was sitting there and thinking to my head while she was talking about one of the other young ladies, and I said to myself, if you sitting up here talking about her to me, y'all know the saying, if someone is talking about you to someone else to you, then what are they saying about you to them? And I just sat there and I said, and I just was silently chewing my gum. All right, y'all, I'm about to go. I got a headache. I need to call my sister. I need to call one of my sisters. So mm, and I'm just out of it. I haven't been outside all day. Today was my day off, but I haven't been outside all day. I was working from home. Okay. This is my first week. All right. But anyway, look up the TUT language. Okay. I'm asking everyone to look it up. Ooh, girl. Bright Star, they messy. Woo, they messy. But I'm asking everyone to please look it up. Do your own research. I'm going to schedule another live, maybe tomorrow, and we are going to discuss it again. And the only reason why I'm going to bring it back up tomorrow is because I'm asking you all. I never asked y'all to do nothing for me, but please do a little homework and look it up. And once you look it up, when we come back live tomorrow, I want you to answer me. I want you to answer this question. Do you think that this language should be exposed in its entirety? And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm dropping the mic. It's a yes or no and a then give your explanation. Okay? So that's the homework. Look up the TUT language. Look it up. You can't, it's hard to find, but look it up. Look into it a little bit, as much as you can. And then tomorrow when I come live, when I get off, I want to know, do you all think that this language should be out in the open? I already know you and Bright Star. I already know y'all gonna do it. I already know. Anyone else coming in, I'm asking you, please. So tomorrow, that's the only homework we have. I'm out. I'm dropping the mic. Bloop. I'm out. I love y'all.